Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, aka the Bod Father. I got an awesome interview for you guys this evening. I have from Killswitch Engage, Mr. Mike D'Antonio. Mike, how's it going, brother?
Very good, and thank you for saying my last name properly. Not a lot of people know how to do that.
I like the name Antonio. I like that.
It's very foreign, European maybe.
So, man, congratulations on a new CD, Disarm the Descent. It's awesome. It's an awesome CD. From top to bottom, there's not a bad song on it. You guys have really knocked it out of the ballpark with this one.
Hey, thank you very much. All we can do is try and put out music that we really like and hope that people like it too. But we're pretty much our own worst critics, so a lot of stuff gets thrown out. So hopefully the cream of the crop actually gets delivered to the people. And I appreciate that you guys like that, or that you like it specifically. It means a lot. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. That's the thing about it. You know, when you're putting stuff out good, you have to be your own worst enemy because you have to critique it and everything. So, how's the fans reacting to the new CD when you guys are playing some stuff live from it?
Seems to be going really, really well. I mean, we're currently playing now more new record songs than we've ever played before in our entire lives, and we've been around for 14 years, so that's a long time to not be playing new songs. Usually we'll bust out like 2 or 3. Now, on this record, we're doing 6. But yeah, kids are singing along, people are going crazy, about as good as you could hope for a new record. Sometimes you're just not sure how it's going to go over, but I think Jesse's really driving the point home and really riling the kids up, and we wanted him to feel like it's his thing now. So we got the new record with him all over, so why not play a lot of that stuff as well?
It's really cool that Jesse's back in the band with you guys now. How does it feel to have him back, and what's he brought back to the table that you guys were missing, if anything?
It's amazing to have Jesse back. He's a really, really nice guy. He's super fun to get along with. We've been friends with him, before when he left 10 years ago, and he's come out and done tracks on some of our CDs and stuff like that here and there, and there's always been a really good repertoire between us and him. So it seemed really natural when we all talked about what was going to happen, him coming back and all that stuff. And we're just happy as clams, man. It really, the band had been going down a weird path for a number of years, and it was hard to kind of stop this steamroller of weirdness happening. We took 2 years off, tried to assess what was going on with Killswitch, and I think Jesse's taken us out of that funk. It really feels like not only a brand new band, and to say that after 14 years is pretty incredible, but just fun again. It just seems like a really fun band again. It hasn't been that way in a while, like I said, so it's just amazing to be out on the road right now.
How does it feel to be on stage with Jesse and playing the music with him? I know that I saw an interview earlier that you were talking about the songs just flow pretty much easily now on stage compared to what you all were doing, just a few songs, and now it's just like 14 songs, because I've seen that during another interview you had mentioned that. I
don't know, we're all interested in putting on a better show these days and just really going for it. Jesse's bouncing around like a nut, acting like a monkey with his head cut off, giving a lot of energy, a lot of emotion. So us as a backup band, all we can really do is just, remain as tight as possible and kind of take his lead and go nuts. But as far as the set, as far as how the set is streamlined, that's just years of practice. We're constantly taking songs out and putting new songs in and trying to figure out what the best way to get the crowd nuts is.
Off the new CD, what would you say your favorite song or songs are to play live?
Off the new record, I love New Awakening. It's probably my favorite song on the entire record. I remember when Jesse handed in the demo, we had done a bunch of demos, and then we gave it to him, and then he would be at his house and then sing over it and try to get some ideas going and stuff like that. When we first heard that demo, I said, "This is the song." I knew right away. And then as soon as sometimes it's weird too when it sounds great on a demo, you can never really recreate it on an actual recording. But I thought he did an even better job on the actual recording with that specific tune. So that one's super fun. I wrote a tune called All We Have, and that one's kind of a nutty circle pit kind of craziness song. And for me, that's really, really fun to play. definitely stands out in the set for sure.
What do you think the new single from you guys would be off this CD? If you had to guess, or can you possibly say maybe?
I don't think I'm allowed to say, but there's like 3 different ones that we're discussing right now. I think Roadrunner wants it to be a surprise, though.
Well, I've got to say to anybody out there who is a Killswitch Engage fan who has not picked this album up, go get it. Like I said, it's a really great album. They've got good stuff out before this CD anyway. So I was really anxious when I found out you guys are putting out a new album, and like I said, I really dig this one.
Cool. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Mike, who are some of your influences, man, coming up? What got you into this?
My influences as a kid are some of the same stuff I still listen to today. All old school hardcore, like New York style specifically. Cro-Mags, Leeway, Master Front, Madball, Bad Brains. I love any of that old punk, hardcore, kind of crossover music. Stuff where they're calling themselves hardcore, but they're actually more of a metal tip, but had that sort of hardcore community feel to it. So whenever I want to write something, I usually throw on a good Bad Brains record or something like that.
And you mentioned Madball. How can you not like Madball?
I know, right?
You know? Madball, they're such a big influence, you know, with like Agnostic Front and H2O and all these bands. That's just amazing.
It's a really cool style, and it's pretty fantastic that all those bands are still around doing it and doing it well.
Mm-hmm. That's one question I was going to ask you. Now, you guys have been around for 14 years. Do you guys like the digital age, or are you guys more or less a physical copy team? What's your opinion on that?
I go back and forth. It really, at this point, if it's super important to me, I will buy it for hard copy. But if I'm just a casual listener, 9 times out of 10, I like digital just because it can go in the iPod faster. I don't have to rip it, and I don't have to store it and all that stuff. It's weird, you know, if you asked me the same question 10 years ago, I would have been flip-flopped completely. But now I see the value in just being able to throw something into whatever listening device you have really fast and being able to check it out.
So weird that, you know, the question I ask you like that, because back when I was little growing up, and my favorite bands were like Metallica and Megadeth and stuff like that, and a lot of punk bands, you know, you always wanted to get that demo, that rare demo that everybody talked about. You haven't got their actual demo. And nowadays, it's just like at your fingertips on the internet to buy it. You know, it's just crazy how things have just went digital.
Well, I think that is the bad part. I mean, it's cool that you can find out whatever band you want at any time, any place, but it ruins the mystique of the band. It ruins the fact that, you know, back when I was a kid, you couldn't find that record. You got so much more excited to get it. When you finally got it, it was like a triumph. It was like you just won a race or something like that. And I feel like with this resurgence of 12-inch vinyl, it sort of has that feel again. Like, you can't find everything on vinyl, and when you do find something you really like, personally, I get fucking stoked. Sorry to curse.
No, go ahead. It's internet radio, so we're fine.
Okay, yeah, no, I get super excited. I love the huge gatefold covers. I love big format, you know, just the album art and stuff like that. Especially like if you're buying an Iron Maiden record, you can throw it on the wall.
Yeah.
You know, that stuff doubles as a poster too, so it's pretty cool.
I was talking to Frank from Voodoo Glow Skulls the other day, and he mentioned that you know, back in the day, in order to see your favorite band, you had to get off your ass and go to a show to see those guys.
Yeah, now you just throw it on YouTube and they're right there.
Yeah, I do like the streaming part, because a lot of people, you know, if they can't get to the show, that is a good thing. Have you guys ever thought about doing a show streaming, possibly?
Let's see, we might have already, to tell you the truth. Okay. We did like a MySpace secret show, and I believe that's streamed. I could be wrong. I mean, we've done stuff like Download over in the UK, and they stream live sets from that. There's been a few things here and there, but it would be neat to do just an entire concert just like that and have it maybe on our site or something like that.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool, and then, you know, that'd be another a thing of branching out for you guys. You know, do it every so often. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Thank you.
I'm always here to throw some ideas.
I am stealing it.
I don't care. Go right ahead. Whatever I can do to help out any band, I'll do it, brother. I think that's what we all should be here for, because the reason why I do BODS Mayhem Hour is to bring bands music out to people who may not even heard of you guys yet, but once they hear it, they're like, "Oh crap! Yeah, I heard it on BODS Mayhem Hour and like you guys now."
Right on.
There's a lot of stations that don't do this anymore that still support bands, so I'm going to do it.
There'll be even less if they stop supporting bands because there won't be anybody on the radio station anymore, right?
Yeah, that's very true. With your guys' music, Mike, do you all contribute, or do you guys just have just one standard writer? How do you all do this?
We all go our separate ways when we start talking about writing. We all record demos. We bring it to practice. We sit around in a circle. We play each demo. We talk about it, and then we rediscuss certain demos or ones that we want to start working on. And either they're completely finished at that point, or maybe a little blips and blurbs or things need to be added. Sometimes there's only like 3 riffs in a row. Sometimes there's 5. Sometimes they're complete songs. Sometimes they're not. And then if they aren't complete, we'll go over to the Pro Tools rig, and everyone will lay down their own specific stuff. That we'll just use automated drums, and Justin will say what types of fills he likes and all that fun stuff. And the bass will be played, the guitars will be played, and then we'll have kind of a finished demo ready for vocals whenever Jesse gets around to laying them down. It's pretty streamlined, man. It's no more just jamming on one riff for 20 minutes trying to figure out what comes next. Everyone's kind of got their own ideas and their own ways of seeing things, and I think that's what makes this band sound like the band. It's everyone's personality kind of thrown into the whole pot.
And that's cool that you guys do that. I really think that's awesome, besides getting everybody in one room and then just clashing, because that's never good.
It can be. It's great for other bands. We used to do it that way, but sometimes you just sit there and stare at each other and just get nothing accomplished, where we would go 1 week of listening to demos and hanging out, and then 2 weeks off where we go and write and come back with ideas. And if we don't have ideas, then we'll put it off for another week. There's no need to waste anyone's time, which is pretty awesome.
Let me ask you this. When you guys were coming up, did you guys get a lot of support from your home area?
We did. Yeah, I mean, any band, any new band, it's a struggle. We definitely played some VFW halls to 40 people. We put in our time. We had a good, solid year of some of the worst shows you could ever imagine. But, that all makes it better when things, start to work out. And I really felt love from Worcester, Massachusetts, when we played Metal Fest for the first time. It really seemed like things were clicking, and then we decided to do our DVD in Worcester, and that was really the first time we ever sold out the Palladium, which is a 2,300 cap place, and we were just blown away by the excitement of the crowd and how awesome they were treating us. It was incredibly heartwarming experience, and from then on, things have been great whenever we go home.
That's awesome. Congratulations, man. You all deserve it, for real. The first time you guys heard people singing your all songs, how was that to you when you heard it?
Oh, it makes you want to bang your head into the wall. It is one of the greatest feelings you'll ever feel in your entire life, other than leaving the stage and having people chant for more. That in itself is pretty amazing, too. But I don't know. It's like everything has come full circle. You created something that people actually like so much that they want to physically sing it with you. I don't know. It's a very awesome experience.
Do you prefer clubs or festivals, or does it really matter?
Both have their advantages and disadvantages. If I was to say which one I like best, though, it would be small clubs, hopefully with a shower. You really feel the energy off of kids. You get sweaty, you get disgusting, and these small clubs, a lot of times there's no barriers, there's just pandemonium, and we really feed off the crowd. If the crowd's not doing anything, chances are we're probably not feeling it as much either. And with festivals, sometimes the people are so far away from you, it's hard to feed off that frenzy that's going on, that shark attack kind of thing that's going on in the pit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I've sit here and watched shows and at these festivals and just see a sea of people, and I'm going, how in the hell are these people in the main back seeing anything or hearing it good at all?
Oh, it's pretty loud. Those festivals are loud. Yeah, we did one with AC/DC. There was 110,000 people.
Oh, wow.
And believe me, when I walked out on stage, I couldn't look up for the first 3 songs. I was so nervous.
Wow.
But then you get into it. You get used to it. You're like, oh, these people actually like us? Okay, well, then I'm fine with it. If they're like, if they're part of the Killswitch pack, then I can play to them, you know what I mean?
Right. Now, you mentioned AC/DC. Are there any other bands that sticks out in your mind that you would love to play with again?
Well, we did a short stint with Metallica in Australia, and they've got, obviously one of the biggest, most awesome metal bands ever created.
Mm-hmm.
It would be cool to do like a regular tour with those guys, but we're fortunate enough to have toured with a lot of our people that we've been fans of for a long time. So I guess Metallica would be the answer to that one.
That's cool. I'm just glad you answered it, man. Thank you. What do you think that Killswitch Engage has brought to the table for music?
Maybe a new way of looking at metal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we started so long ago, and back when we had started, they had started branding us this metalcore thing, which we weren't really too sure of. But I guess the better part of that was that it was on the cusp of new metal dying out, and our sound was kind of this new breed that was going to take over, which that's a pretty cool feeling. It's pretty neat
Right.
to stamp out one genre for another. Which kind of happened, which I don't, if you like new metal, it's fine. People have their own tastes. People have their own likes and dislikes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of new metal, and I was more than happy to take their spot.
What's been some of the worst tour pranks that's been done to you guys, if you could talk about it?
We don't really get pranked too much. We have a prankster on the bus, and Adam will just get traffic cones and put them in people's bunks and stuff. They used to do demo sandwiches where they take a demo that a kid would give to us and make it into a sandwich, and then take it and put it inside a pillowcase that people will lay on top of a demo sandwich. Kind of weird.
Oh, man. What's some of the things that you like to do to relax when you're not playing music, like, sports-wise, or, just what do you do to relax?
I am a graphic designer, so I like to break out the laptop and work, and that takes my head out of the game, makes me not miss home so much. Mm-hmm. We do love baseball on board. We're going to see a game tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Myself and Adam D are big Sox fans, and Justin is a huge Yankees fan, so giant rivalry, and it's always fun when both teams play each other. There's just nonstop excitement and screaming and hollering and throwing things.
Well, I'm a huge Cincinnati Reds fan, and Homer Bailey last night threw a no-hitter, so I'm glad I got to see both of those.
Sick.
Yeah,
great.
That was really cool. It wasn't a perfect game because he walked a batter, but he did get the no-hitter, so bleh.
Great, sure.
All right, man. I want to thank you so much for doing this interview. Now, it looks like tonight you guys are playing in Wichita, Kansas. Is that correct?
We are, yep.
And then it looks like after after July 8th, man, you guys are going overseas to Japan and Thailand and Philippines and places like that. So
yeah, we're doing a bunch of stuff we've never done before.
Let me ask you this. How does it feel when you hear foreign people singing your music? What was your first reaction? Say, hey, look, they like our music over here. What was that to you guys?
It's crazy because in Japan specifically, they'll sing along. They have no clue what the words are. They're just making noises with their mouth because 9 times out of 10, you cannot find an English-speaking person in Japan.
Right.
It's so weird. You'd think there'd be a ton of them. There is not. So it just makes you laugh. It's like it might even be more genuine that they don't even know what the heck they're saying, but they're screaming out the same sounds that you are. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Mike, I just want to say as a fan, thank you guys so much for the music that you guys have put out over the years, and please keep Holy Diver in your set.
We're not doing that right now, but maybe we'll put it back at some point.
Because I really think you guys knocked it out with that cover, honestly.
Thanks, man.
Thank you for doing the show this evening. I really do appreciate it. How can fans get a hold of you guys if they want to reach out?
Our website, killswitchengage.com, is the perfect spot. If anybody's seeking design work, darkicondesign.com is a spot for that. And that's about it.
Would you care to do a promo before I let you go for the show?
Sure. Hey, what's up? This is Mike D. You listen to BODS Mayhem Hour. Rock.
Thank you, man, so much. I'll tell you what, everybody, stick around. We got some Killswitch Engage coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and Uber City Radio.